Hope. It's a very powerful thing. We all hope for so many things. If you make plans outside for that special event, you hope it doesn't rain. Whenever your team's an underdog, you hope they win. When you're going on a first date, you hope they like you. We all hope in so many different things, but we're never certain though. Maybe it'll rain, maybe our team will lose, maybe they won't end up liking us. But hope in God is a different thing. Hope in God is a certain hope. It's not a hope-so hope, it's a know-so hope. And hope in God isn't just some feeling we have. It fuels our life. It changes how we act, and it can change the world. In Colossians chapter 3, the Apostle Paul says, "If then you have been raised with Christ, seek the things that are above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on things that are above, not on things that are on earth. For you have died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God." That's hope right there. Hope is setting your mind and your heart on things that aren't here right now, on situations that aren't here right now. Hope is setting our mind and our hearts in heaven, where our true citizenship lies, not here on earth where we're just passing through. Hope is living for and longing for what will last, what is certain, what is true. That is why Paul says to set our mind on things that are above, and that affects here and now on earth. Hope in God has the power to change us and to change this world. C.S. Lewis in Mere Christianity says hope is one of the theological virtues. This means that a continual looking forward to the eternal world is not, as some modern people think, a form of escapism or wishful thinking, but one of the things a Christian is meant to do. It does not mean that we're to leave the present world as it is. If you read history, you'll find that the Christians who did most for the present world were just those who thought most of the next. The apostles themselves who set on foot the conversion of the Roman Empire, the great men who built up the Middle Ages, the English evangelicals who abolished the slave trade, all left their mark on earth precisely because their minds were occupied with heaven. It is since Christians have largely ceased to think of the other world that they have become so ineffective in this. C.S. Lewis then says, "Aim at heaven and you will get earth thrown in. Aim at earth and you'll get neither." This is the power of hope. Hope has the power to change our lives, and it has the power to change this world that we live in. When we live and long for the things of this world and the things in this world, it will never satisfy and it will never last. Any change that we make that is worldly will end one day. But the gospel, the good news of Jesus, that God came to save sinners like you and me, to give us forgiveness, to give us life now and forevermore, there's hope in that. There's life change in that. There's world change in that. And that's the only change that will last. That means whatever you're facing right now, whatever the circumstance, whatever the confusion, whatever the turmoil, whatever the chaos you see around you right now, whatever questions you have, hope in God. Because only He can change you. Only He can save you. Only He can give you true meaning and purpose. Only He can give you true and lasting joy. Your hope is in something. It's in a political party or a person or some voice you follow or the pleasure that you keep chasing and you can never fully grab a hold of. If your hope is in anything in this world, it will never satisfy and it will never last. Hope in God, because He is the only one that is certain, and that is the only hope that will last. If your hope is in God as it was intended, it will change both yourself and this whole world around you. There is hope in God.